Shalom. Started by giving all the glory and praise to Yahweh, Shai. Said a dream of spiritual powers, man. I was outside, and it was me and one of my cousins. And it was some niggas out there doing nigga shit, killing people, fucking them up and shit. Alright, and then they came at us, and we was walking and shit, so they started running. And it's like something came down and separated us. Even though I was right there watching everything happen, it's like something separated us to where I couldn't run in and help. So they started jumping him and trying to fight him and shit. Two dudes, one of them was kind of by my cousin's size. You know what I'm saying? Swole and tall and skinny, but swole up top because my cousin's been to prison, right? So he's real muscular and shit because he's been in jail for long. He was in jail for a minute. Alright, and that nigga can fight. He's always been that way, even when we were children, alright? That nigga could always handle himself, alright? Nigga could fight like a motherfucker, alright? So, the dude that's about his size and my cousin started fighting and shit. And then when it was one-on-one, you know what I'm saying, my cousin was whooping his ass, alright? He was giving it to him. But the dude pulled out a knife and he like stabbed my cousin. Not in the ribs or in the lungs, but on his side, like down a little bit, like close to the stomach, but on the side of his body. And when he did it, you know what I'm saying? It's like my cousin's adrenaline kicked in, and he started fighting even harder. So then he hit the dude with a couple punches, and then he grabbed him and he like pushed him down. All right, and as he did that, it's like my cousin looked at the skinny dude who was over there. All right, then he started going for him. But at the same time, the dude he pushed down was still like kind of attached to him, like holding him a little bit. So as he makes it to the skinny dude swings. My cousin catches his arm and pushes him, and he goes back. He didn't fall, but he flew back a couple of feet. And the dude that was on the ground got up. So my cousin is occupied with him again. All right, and then the skinny dude runs back in. He has a knife and he like stabs my cousin in the back of the shoulder blade. Alright. So when he did this, I'm looking at all this happening. I'm like, why the fuck am I not running in there to help? Why am I not helping? But it's something, like I said, it came down and separated us like an invisible force field. Like it separated us and it kept me from running in. Like my thoughts, even though I wanted to run in when I seen the knife, it's like I had a fear. I was like, man, if I run in there, them niggas gonna get the swinging them blades. They might stab me and shit. Them niggas ain't came at me. So, and it made me feel fucked up on the inside because I'm literally like watching my cousin get jumped. And I'm like, man, why the fuck is this happening? So he continues to fight and tussle with both of them. And as the fight goes on, he starts to get tired. I could tell. All right, and the skinny one, somehow or another, as my cousin is facing up with him now, all right, he swings his arm in like a slicing motion, but across his body. And when he did that, the blade that he had in his hand, it went like right across my cousin's, the middle of his arm. You know, like when you fold your arm on the opposite part of your elbow, the inside of your arm, he like slit his arm right there with the blade. All right, and it was like a lot of blood came out, and then like I knew, I was like, man, that's it. He ain't got no more fight after that. And the other one was up, and he was like holding him. And my cousin was like, man, what the fuck you sliced me with, man? And the skinny dude was like, yeah, I sauteed your ass, like talking shit. And my cousin was just losing a lot of blood. So he like put his arm up to his mouth, you know what I'm saying? He started trying to like suck the blood that was coming out of his arm through his mouth because it was just going everywhere. And as he did that, all right, it's like he faded away to the side. And I can't even remember what just happened to him, but the fight with him was over. All right, he was done fighting after that. All right, so I'm standing there and I'm looking at this. And then the dude that was about my cousin's side, the swole dude, all right, he looks at me now. All right, so the nigga starts coming at me. All right, and I'm just standing there. All right, and I'm backing up a little bit, but I wasn't running, but I was just backing up a little bit. All right, he's just walking at me, and he got, you know what I'm saying, these knives and shit, and the other dude is just standing behind him. So I put my hands up like I'm finna box with him, like I square up. And as I do that, it's like the motherfucker grabbed both my wrists. Like he actually grabbed both my wrists. And the moment he grabbed both my wrists, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I can't lie, it was a fearful feeling. But then I just, somehow, the Yahweh Shai sent those names down to me at that moment. And I just screamed at the top of my lungs, Yahweh. And before I even got Bahashem Yahweh Shai just off Yahweh. And when I tell you that nigga face went from being angry and in fight mode to being petrified with fear, it's like he instantly, when I said Yahweh, and I snatched my hands at the same time, and I snatched my hands back and I said, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And the motherfucker looked at me and he was like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you saying that for? And he had a fearful look on his face. You know what I'm saying? And I seen it. And I had a powerful, like something just filled me up with a fearless power, you know what I'm saying? And I just threw a left. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even swing. I felt like I swung hard, but the punch didn't come fast. I was dreaming. So the punch came in like super slow motion. All right. And I hit that nigga with a left right in his fucking jaw, man. And when I hit him, you know what I'm saying? Nigga went straight back. I'm talking about fell straight back. Hit the ground. All right. You know what I'm saying? And his eyes was like rolling in the back of his fucking head and shit. And his partner that was standing there, the skinny dude, was like just shocked, right? So the dude is on the ground and I'm standing over him and I'm like, this motherfucker killed my cousin. So I lean down and I'm finna stomp his fucking face out. Well, before I get to stomping, I'm finna punch his damn face as many times as I can. So I say, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Again, it's like, the more times I say that name, it's charging me up. It's like, it's just charging me, making me more and more powerful, more and more fearless, more and more bold. All right, and when I did that, Salaki, I just woke up. I'm putting this up raw. Salaki, if my voice is raspy. All right, so when I did that, like I said, I leaned down. His eyes was rolling. His eyes like snapped forward, like regular. And he's looking at me, but it's like he paralyzed. He can't move. So I hit him like 4 or 5 more times. Just bang, 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 bang with a couple punches. Lefts and rights. And then I stood up and I like stomped his face, man. I literally just stomped that nigga face, man. Gave that nigga the mush face, man. I stomped his face. I didn't even look down after I stomped. I just stomped this shit. And then my eyes literally went to his partners, all right? To his partner, all right? And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, now what? All right? He holding the knife still, and you know what I'm saying? He didn't want to do shit. So as I'm walking up on him, the dream instantly switches locations, all right? I go from walking up on him and we were outside to being in a grocery store. Don't ask me why this happened. This is just what happened. So I'm literally in a grocery store, but I still got this power illuminating off of me, all right? Any of you brothers that's ever played like Super Mario, all right, growing up, you know, like when you running and you hit one of those little things and it illuminates you where you can fly and it makes you invisible to where you can't be touched pretty much. So, all right, that's what was going on with me and I could feel it. So as I'm in the grocery store, it's a bunch of people in there. All right, it's a white dude coming up the aisle, a black dude coming up the aisle behind him, and he's dressed in a police uniform. And then it's just a whole bunch of other people who I can't really make out behind him. It's probably 7, 8 people coming down the aisle, and I'm coming up the aisle. All right, so we literally meet in the middle section. All right, and as we meet, you know what I'm saying, I'm still illuminated. I'm still charged up. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at this white dude who's walking by, who's at the front of the line, and something just telling me, man, I'm finna sock this motherfucker right in his face. All right, and this is a dream, Esau. This is a dream that I had, so this ain't nothing. Anyway, so as we meet in the middle of the aisle, all right, something just tells me, man, do it. So I just jump up, you know what I'm saying? Like I just jumped up, and it's like, when I jumped up, I was at the top of the aisle, but I was floating a little bit, and I was coming down, and while I was up there, I just punched that motherfucker like right in his goddamn face at a straight left. You know what I'm saying? Dropped him. Then I came back down to my feet. All right. And the cop that was behind him looked at me. We locked eyes. And I said, what? What you gonna do? What you got to say? What? And the nigga instantly turned his head back straight and kept walking up the aisle. And then there was people right there. And I asked them, I was like, what any of y'all got to say? What any of y'all want to do? Any of y'all got anything to say? I fuck all y'all up in this store. Nobody wanted to look at me. Nobody said a fucking word. Everybody kept marching forward, all right? It's like these people was petrified with fear, but it's like they was also programmed, right, to keep doing what they was doing. But they didn't want to do shit with me after that, all right? You know what I'm saying? This was a hell of a dream, man. I literally just had this dream before I woke up, all right? You know what I'm saying? Spiritual power is on the way. Man, it's a little bit more in depth to that. I might do a follow up on it after thinking about it, but I'm just putting this up raw right now because I don't want to forget it. All right. But yeah, that spiritual power is on the way. Yahweh Shai sent down an invisible force field to stop me from helping my cousin fight. You know what I'm saying? I took that as being he was a 2/3 because as much love for him as I got in the world, I couldn't help him in them times, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to help him, but, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't help him. And the Lord didn't help him. But when them motherfuckers came for me, you know what I'm saying, the Lord helped and delivered me, all right? And I'm praying, you know what I'm saying, that Yahweh Shai is with me in the times we're coming into, because that was some fearful shit that I was seeing, all right? To see, you know what I'm saying, one of the toughest dudes I know, all right, literally fight his heart out, and you know what I'm saying, it don't do him no good. And me, you know what I'm saying, not being the fighting type, so to speak, all right, I get delivered, and I'm the one that's out here kicking ass at that time, all right. So the scriptures say, we are weak, but they are strong, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But Yahweh Shai has lifted up that standard, all right. And I was able to handle business, all right. So that's pretty much that. I'm going to close out with that, give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Arakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and run on this truth. And Salaki again, for my raspiness, I just woke up. Shalom.